I would always advocate that there should be cautious optimism in the whole affair concerning Rivers State. This is the third time in a row that we're having impeachment, withdrawal, impeachment, withdrawal, impeachment, withdrawal. I mean, by the time you have something going for you 3 times within a space of 3 years, I mean, you should be wary as to the true intention of the people, of the actors involved. So I'm seeing this as a temporary truce. Let me just be cautiously optimistic that we'll not walk through this way again. Unfortunately, Rivers people have suffered a lot in the hands of the legislators with their paymaster, President Wike, who pulled the strings as far as in fact, the much he wants to pull it. So let's hope that this time around, everybody will behave themselves, the assembly member will behave themselves, and they be their own men and work for the interests of the Rivers State rather than obeying the whims and dictates of one particular man who controls all of them.
So what are the legal implications of the Rivers State Assembly's decision to halt the impeachment process? What precedent does it set for future cases?
Well, they've halted it. They've not well, it's a halt. I mean, based on their language, they use the word halt. They've not said they are totally abrogating anything about impeachment. Yes, impeachment is part of our democratic processes, but it's meant to be used in the right way. It's not because you have a disagreement with the governor and then the next you whip up impeachment clause in the Constitution. If the governor, if you ask him to give you 1 billion and he refuses to give you 1 billion, or he refuses to present a budget that you get 1 billion from, you dust up an impeachment process. It's like making mockery of the entire situation. Right now, they are putting both the judiciary and the people at loggerheads, because each time this thing happens, they all run to the judiciary to start having their own skirmishes and everything. So it's not healthy for our legal system. It's not healthy for our governance system. Impeachment is a provision that is supposed to be used solely when there is the need, absolute need for it. It's not just something used carelessly. You wake up one morning, you say you want to impeach. The next day you say you've withdrawn. The next day you wake up again, you say you want to impeach. And if you look at it, let me also make this clear. The statement of the Speaker does not signify persons who are ready for a true peace. He said that the withdrawal or the suspension or the withholding of the impeachment is contingent upon the fact that the governor does no longer breach the Constitution or the laws of Rivers State. And in the eyes of the legislators, they are the determinant of what a breach constitutes. They are the ones that will wake up and tell you today that the governor has breached the law. Tomorrow the governor has not breached the law. So, and then the Constitution gives them latitude to determine what is gross misconduct. It's not spelled out. So if tomorrow the governor did not greet them, they will consider that as a gross misconduct. If tomorrow the governor said, I'm not ready to play ball on this, they say it's gross misconduct. So they are still holding on to the fact that the governor should be at their whims and caprices. And so it's nothing, that's why I said caution of optimism. I don't see any clear path. Now, the governor is doing a lot. He has dissolved his cabinet. He has sent a list of commissioners for approval and all whatnot. So what are they giving on their own part? I think at this point, the rectorate should have changed. I would not expect them to have this kind of discussion on the floor of the House. The rectorate should have changed. Okay, we are all now for peace. No more impeachment. Let us work with the governor harmoniously for the internal. But they are still saying, except the governor stop doing this, stop doing that. Who determines that? And it is within their whims and caprices. So I don't see a lasting peace. I'm just holding on my breath, and I'm sure a lot of people are holding their breath, and I'm sure a lot of Nigerians hold their breath, because tomorrow, when they said, okay, appoint my brother as this chairman, and the governor says no, it will become a gross misconduct, and then they will whip up in the impeachment motion again. So Rivers State is a sorry case, and unfortunately, the men and women who are in the House of Assembly are behaving like children. Children that have been teleguided. They're behaving like toddlers that have been teleguided. And the more you use a weapon that is no longer effective, the more you bastardize that weapon, that when it becomes necessary to use that weapon, it becomes you make a mess of it. You make a mess of the Constitution. You make a mess of the entire processes. So Rivers State, I mean, it's a formidable state. I'm from that state, and I know the quality of men and women from that state. The kind of people who have in the House of Assembly today are not the best that Rivers State should have, that should make laws and make governors for Rivers State. And I think coming to next election, Rivers State should put on their thinking cap and look better and know what they want for their states.
Okay, all right, Alesta Wilcox, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts on the development.